Good morning, viewers. Welcome to ST Money's Morning News, your weekday business news channel. It is Friday morning, November 8, 2024, and I'm your host, Sunil Thakker of Sunny Talks Money. Let's roll. Major indexes gained as Fed cut rates by 25 basis points, which was widely expected after an initial jumbo 50 basis points cut in September. US stocks closed higher on Thursday, extending a sharp rally sparked by Donald Trump's return as US president. Chair Jerome Powell said the Fed will continue to be data dependent, but that it is prepared to adjust its easing pace as necessary. The Fed cut interest rates by a quarter of a percentage point as policymakers took note of a job market that has generally eased while inflation continues to move towards the US central bank's 2% target. Data earlier on Thursday showed US weekly jobless claims rose marginally last week, suggesting no material change in labor market conditions. Markets had already fully priced in a 25 basis points cut for the November meeting and will now eye upcoming commentary from the central bank for guidance about the path of monetary policy. Investor expectations that Trump would lower corporate taxes and loosen regulations sparked a surge in each of the three major indexes in the prior session, with both the Dow Industrials and S&P 500 recording the largest one-day percentage jumps in 2 years. The Nasdaq Composite rallied 1.5 percentage points or 286 points to 19,269, and the S&P 500 posted a 0.7% gain to 5,973. The Dow Industrials were little changed and closed flat at 43,729. Communication services up 1.92%, led S&P sector gains, buoyed by a jump of 11.81% in Warner Brothers Discovery after a surprise third quarter profit. Financials were the weakest of the 11 major S&P sectors, down 1.62% to give back some of the outsized gains in the private session as banks declined 3.09% after a surge of nearly 11% on Wednesday. JP Morgan lost 4.32% and Goldman Sachs shares shed 2.32% to weigh on the Dow. Expectations for continued rate cuts have been dialed back recently. However, as economic data continues to point to a resilient economy and the potential for high inflation as a result of likely tariffs and increased government spending under Trump's administration. Fed Chair Jerome Powell said no decision has been made on what sort of policy action the central government will take in December, but the central bank is prepared to adjust our assessment of the appropriate space and destination for monetary policy amid uncertainty. Investors are also eyeing whether Republicans could win control of both houses of Congress, making it easier for Trump's agenda to proceed. Treasury yields, which have surged in recent weeks, retreated after a sharp rise on Wednesday, as the benchmark 10-year yield eased from a 4-month high of 4.479% before briefly pairing declines slightly after the Fed statement and were last at 4.332%. Oil futures were up. West Texas Intermediate crude rose 0.5% to $72.06 a barrel. Brent crude, the international benchmark, climbed 0.7% to $75.42 a barrel. Gold climbed 1.4% to $2,713 an ounce. That's it for today, folks. I will see you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. In the meantime, let us know in the comment section what are your thoughts for the market. Happy investing, stay inspired, and remember, it is all about money.